All right, everyone, we made it. The final stage or final tier of Aston Martin V12 Vantage, the 2022 edition limited series. So 14 tiers down, just one final tier to go. Skipping cost apparently is 170 gold. Let's not do that. Definitely cheaper to just get your upgrades done to make it all the way through rather than skipping any of the tiers. So I guess in this, you don't get to skip just one tier. If you skip at any point, you're skipping the rest of it. And it's going to, of course, cost you quite a bit of gold. So don't do that. Anyway, we got endurance at Spa, elimination at Hockenheim Short, and the final cup at Porsche Test Track Long On-Road Circuit. And the last couple of stages were running unserviced. Thanks to somewhat consistent bot training. So let's see if we can make it through the final tier and win this car without needing to service it again. So target distance for endurance here, 5.1 kilometers. I believe that's less than a lap. So I think even in critical condition with the PR requirement met, so with 21 upgrades on board, I think it's gonna be quite doable. Because of course these early cars to overtake are pretty slow, especially around bends, corners. They do overcompensate quite aggressively. And that's a pretty big mistake. Lose all the momentum. So what do you know? Apparently maybe I should not be taking Eau Rouge flat out. Lesson learned. But even then, I think I should have enough time to cover 5 kilometers and change, and you get enough cars to overtake, you know what I mean? They kind of bunch up around Le Con and Brussels, the bends essentially. So now we got 60 seconds to cover a couple of kilometers. I don't think I need to overtake any more cars, especially like straight downhill section. I mean, these guys are moving pretty slow, but they could be going slower if we're in a more flat land, I suppose. And still some 30 seconds or so left on the clock, and maybe I need one more overtake. Alright, we'll do one more overtake. That should do it though. Now 30 seconds and counting. And we are hitting 4.8 kilometers. And there's a 5 kilometer mark, second place. And with some 17, 16, 15 seconds left, we are hitting the target of 5.2 kilometers. There we go. There we go. Right on the money. So definitely less than a lap, and even with some mistakes, still quite doable as long as you kind of kept those margin of victory to the minimal. Your bots are gonna be pretty slow. So, yep, solidly in red. And that is gold trophy number 43. So, 2 more to go. And now skipping cost down to 160 gold. So apparently that was 10 gold worth of racing. All right, up next, elimination. Hockenheim, did I say short? Right. Night race. And I believe Hockenheim, the first bend is not that far away from starting point. So we should be able to catch up to the pack in front to make maybe a overtake or two. Because certain circuits, like namely Dubai, like Grand Prix circuit or National circuit or any Dubai circuit layout where we have to go down the straight, right, the main drag pit straight. Unless you're racing one of the faster cars in the game, we don't get to the first bend fast enough to really start making our overtakes. So some cars, if you are not, if your car's not serviced, it's just not possible, to make it through. But circuits like Hockenheim Short, we got lots of bends. But more importantly, we got the first bend that everybody has to go through pretty early on. So that helps. Because let's see, what's another track that the first bend does not happen for a while? Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course is another example of where first bend does not happen until pretty long, lengthy straight at the beginning. So certain slower cars just cannot reach the end of the first straight within first 20 seconds, which means bots are not slowing down. They only really slow down around the corners. So yeah, but I'm trying to think what other circuits. We got a long straight at the very beginning. Of course, along with Indianapolis, you got Daytona, right? That one, you got the long straight at the beginning. Although, like road course and motorcycle course, I feel like the way we cut across, it's the fact that we have rolling start in that one, right? Oh, stay on track. There we go. So Daytona, I don't think is as bad, but Dubai is definitely one of the consistent one. Where if you're even after you bot train in the elimination, it's a little bit tough. As in, by a little bit tough, I mean a lot of cars. It's impossible. You just have to get the car serviced. Anyway, we got 2 trophies down in this final tier, so that leaves us with just 1 final trophy to go. And generally, cup races, if you've done your work with the bot training or bot management, it's not even like you don't have to be terribly aggressive for cups. You should be able to win without too much trouble. So anyways, for final goal, final cup race, apparently skipping cost is 145 gold, 97% complete. Let's not skip for the final reward, the car itself. 2,000 victory points, 10 gold, 50,000 racing dollars, right? So, all right, PR 55.7 required for this 5-lap final cup at Porsche test track, long on-road circuit. So this is definitely one of the longer races in this limited series. And yeah, I would say full grid of 22 cars. I think we can all fit in. Right. I think so. Yeah, there we are. 22nd. We always start, of course, at the dead last spot. Alright. And some serious overtaking happening here. And there we are. And of course, considering this is the very final race, really no reason to bot train right anymore. So let's see, did I break maybe a little too early? But earlier is better than missing it altogether because you don't want to, like fly off track. All right, there we go. Through the hairpins, now we got some couple of different chicanes. Don't cutting a little too close to the left side. Alright, we'll have to space that out a little bit wider, I guess. And then of course we got the bus stop and the Santori at the end, early braking, and we can go flat out rest of the way. Alright, so lap 1 we are coming in just over minute 40. So let's see, do we have like under 130 for the next lap? I guess we'll find out. Alright, so if you want to hit 130, we need to hit 30 seconds for checkpoint 1, which it's going to be a little bit earlier than that, like 25 seconds I think is what I saw. So technically speaking, we should be hitting second checkpoint around 51 second mark. Although I have a feeling we're gonna be a little bit slower since this is there are 2 hairpins between that first checkpoint and second checkpoint. So yeah, 58 seconds, there you go. And we also had the chicane as well. So the second checkpoint, you should expect a little bit more time in between there. But the final sector should be a little bit faster than the second one. And we are going to be wrapping it around minute 25. Just under minute 26, alright. Alright, so lap 3. Can we get closer to minute 24? Minute 23? Alright, so we'll break, yeah, right about there. 24 seconds in checkpoint number 1. And clear the first hairpin. Now here the second hairpin. Alright, 47, 48, and of course it's gonna be after the chicane here. And 56, just under 57 seconds. It's not ideal line. We're skidding all over the place, both in and out of bus stop, and also a little bit of struggle through Santori. 23, 24, 25, 26, a little bit slower because I messed up. The beginning was more solid though. Alright, now we are gonna start encountering some traffic in lap 4. There's no drafting, so we're not gonna be benefiting from any of this traffic. They're just gonna get in the way, so I'm anticipating probably slower lap time for the final 2 laps we got left in this race. So if I can just come around minute 25, I'd be happy. Well, 57-second at checkpoint number 2. And there we go. We clear the traffic, yes. 23, 24, 25. That was better lap time, even with the traffic. Look at that. All right, and the final lap. Could we get it under minute 24 with some traffic? I have my doubts, but we shall see. So checkpoint 1 cleared with, I think I saw 24 seconds and change, so the pace is good. And checkpoint 2 is going to be coming up after the chicane, of course. So we're getting like 57? Is that what we were getting earlier? I think that was on track. I don't think I went off track. It's pushing pretty close to the edge, and the checkpoint time was just under 57, 56 and change. So perhaps in this final lap we set the lap record. All right. 21, 22, 23, 24 and change. So I believe the last lap indeed was the fastest lap. Good way to wrap up a series, right? To win a car. All right, incurred some damages, but you know, car's already in critical condition, so I don't think performance-wise was all that much altered by some damage occurring. But anyway, yeah, not bad, not bad. 7:22 and change for those 5 laps. A good minute ahead of the rest of the grid. And 4,400 fame points, just under 30,000 racing dollars for that effort. Yep, minute 24.359. That's definitely the last lap. For the best lap time. So sweet. Now we're done with the series. We can throw the car in for service. And once again, just to recap, the upgrade required, needed to meet the PR requirement of 55.7. It'll cost you 300 gold even, and you need to get basically 3 upgrades across the board, 21 upgrades total. Racing dollars, it's gonna cost you like 1.4 million. So the racing dollar is not that difficult to come by. So all right, time to collect that final gold trophy, 45 of 45, and let's pick up the final rewards, which includes the car that is worth some 600 gold, 2022 Aston Martin V12 Vantage, 2,000 victory points, 10 gold, and 50,000 racing dollars. So there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, Aston Martins, they are stylish. I do like them. All right, so a new car added to the garage. Victory points, 2,000 extra, definitely gonna get us to the next tier of reward, which is 1 hour of instant service, and well, instant service on all cars. All right, and then some, looks like. And yeah, there we have it. So, and of course, this car featured in a single bonus series, Astonishing Martins. And in order to, I mean, with the current PR, you should be able to get good 75% completion and then some. So that's gonna be additional like 30 some gold that you can pick up more from this card. So since yeah, and this is the only card that can do 100% completion in that bonus series as well. So all right, and victory points wise, that takes us to yeah, just under the next stage of the reward, which is just the racing dollars. You know, it's a necessary step to get us to the next reward round. Motorsport dollars worth a little bit more than racing dollars. Actually, worth quite a bit more. Not quite as much as gold, but racing dollars still important in the game. Racing dollars are easy to pick up. Motorsport dollars, just because they put that artificial cap on how much you can earn per day. That's why those bonuses are nice to have. And yeah, so next, obviously, before the next event runs, I think we have another weekly time trial that's gonna add another 1,000 to the victory points, which is gonna get us past that racing dollar reward tier. And then what's the next event that we have lined up? It's gonna be a Porsche 935 2019 edition limited series. So that's gonna add another 5,250 victory points. So that's gonna get us to like 11,000 and possibly around 12,000 if you do your weekly time trials. So that's gonna get us very close to the next gold reward tier, which is 60 gold. So that is a pretty decent payout. So anyway, that will do it for that's the grand conclusion of this first special event in the new round 5 of season 2 Roundtop Championship. So thanks for tagging along for the ride, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.